Well, if you haven't seen his hilarious portrayal of a guy running from the law while pretending to be a gay pastor, you may know him for his roles as Lex Luthor on the series Smallville or all of his incredible voice work on various animated programs. He's gearing up for the second season of his dark comedy hit, Impastor. It's my pleasure to welcome actor Michael Rosenbaum to The Morning Blend. Good morning, Michael.
Alex, I'm eating some nice juicy grapes.
They really do look juicy, and I hope you brought some for the rest of us.
Well, I will. Here you go.
Okay,
Right,
just throw it through the screen. Go. Got it. Thank you.
I think I hit the producer.
Very tasty. Thank you for that. So, Michael, you know, I have to get this out of the way. I was a big fan of yours 15 years ago with Smallville. Lex Luthor was my favorite character ever on TV at that moment. And we're actually...
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be the 15th season. I mean, dude, you inspired my first email address, actually. It was Lex Luthor. It had it in it. I'm not going to give it away because I still have it. But
get out of here.
That's how good you were.
Well, Alex, I will send you an autographed picture of me and my bald head if you'd like it.
I would
right after this
love
interview.
That. Yeah, I would love that.
I think I have a few.
Well, it's a true testament to your versatility as an actor. I mean, you were serious as Lex Luthor. Now you're coming up with your comedic timing as Buddy. So how are you settling into this new character? It must be pretty easy from what I can tell.
You know, I've always loved comedy. I always wanted to do comedy, and I was, you know, I was surprised when I started doing drama. When I started getting cast, you know, Lex Luthor, and then Sweet November with Keanu Reeves, and like all these little drama. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I don't even know the movie I was in, but I got to play these serious roles, and I was like, wow, okay, this is good. This is what you did in college, but I always wanted to do comedy. I always felt like it was easier, and it's just more fun on set to just come up with jokes and. So I always wanted to do this, and finally there was a role for me, the role of Buddy for this show Impastor, and it was just like a blessing. It's just like, it fit perfectly. It really did. I get to improvise. I just get to be a goof on set every day, and so it's a real treat. And Lex was so exhausting because you're playing such an intense character that playing this guy, he's always, thinking of the next thing he's going to say, and he's a con man, but it's still, I don't have to shave my head every day.
Right.
So,
there's a benefit to that.
Easier.
And, from what I heard, you were kind of surprised that TV Land actually accepted the show as it was, and here they are renewing it again for a second season. So how does that feel?
It feels amazing. It feels really good. Those grapes and that really... all you can say is I'm blessed. I mean, I remember when we did the pilot and they said, hey, TV Land wants to do this show. I'm like, well, TV Land, it's kind of, I don't know, it's edgy. We say some bad words here. Guy dies off the bridge. And they're like, no, they want to maintain this. They want to keep the edge. They want to do what AMC did with Mad Men and all that. And so they kept their word. And, when they asked me to come along and be the actor and executive producer, it was like a chance of a lifetime. It was, it's a good fit. It feels like it was just like I feel like I was made to play this role. Well, and so I hope people see it.
I agree. I mean, you're wearing all these hats. You're meant to be this character. And I really think if we take a serious look at it, there's a deeper commentary, isn't there, about the character of Buddy, that we all sort of wear these masks and people don't really know who we are. Would you say that that's sort of what the show's saying too?
Yeah, and I think it's also kind of finding who you are. I think that Buddy is really just a lost soul. I know for myself, I'm 44 years old, I'm now finding myself and who I really am and what makes me tick and what makes me happy and finding out what really makes you happy in life. That's the key. Everybody, it's very cliche, but people always say, to be happy. What do you want? What's success? Happiness. To be happy. What makes you happy? And you can't really say what it is that makes you happy. You just know that you are. And I think that Buddy has gone through life going through all the motions and, this conning people and, deceiving people and this and that. But I think innately there's a good soul in there somewhere. So he's maybe in this town, he's starting to learn a little bit more about himself. And I think in season 2, we start to learn a little bit more about Buddy, and we get to see a little glimpse into the past and who he was. And It's really interesting. And that's a really good question, Alex.
I'm glad you liked it. Well, I watched the show and I said there is something deeper here that we need to uncover, and it really is a process to discover who you are. And the show does an excellent job of illustrating it, and of course you do a great job as Buddy. And so everyone really needs to check out the show. And Michael Rosenbaum, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you and to get to meet you a little bit over the satellite.
Thank you. This is awesome. Wednesday nights, 10:30. I'm very excited, Alex.
All right, we'll check it out. Michael Rosenbaum, thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Now, guys, stay right where you are. The Morning Blend will be right back.